I think at the beginning of those experiences, being a victim means mourning the past, means recognizing death and all kinds of sadness and so on. And maybe a parallel for a supporter in that beginning learning stage would be being maybe a cheerleader, being totally involved and loyal and being unconsciously incompetent. And so when the abuse surfaces, that everybody feels anger and rage and grief and all despair. I mean, there are all kinds of raw emotions that relate to the betrayal. I think we have that in common. And then I think when a person shifts from being a victim to a survivor, that there's more of mourning the present, mourning a lot of the loss and maybe disconnections or things that aren't well. And I think for supporters, there's also then a shift to be more consciously incompetent, which is not comfortable. So the nice, orderly way that maybe we thought the world was is now not nice and orderly. And I think that second column relates to lots of folks as we take on more and learn more and want more and recognize that we all have a part in changing this, what led to abuse. And the deep water, it's kind of a paradox, I think, that when at some point for me, and I think it resonates with other survivors and supporters, that at some point when we have to let go of the ways that we learned and worked before, because they don't work anymore, not in deep trauma or crisis or frustration, that we have to choose life and choose for ourselves. And out of that, I think is where we can shift from being pessimistic to actually being more content, being a little bit more hopeful, being optimistic that's grounded. And I think that's where supporters maybe can experience being more consciously competent, being able to do some things and speak up and be an ally and a resource. And I think that's the critical time that is so difficult to be in, but as a result of that then people who have the abuse experience can really live in a very different way, as well as survivors, as supporters, be unconsciously competent to live in a more integrated way as well, and experience positive expectations and passion and enthusiasm, but in a very different way, not disconnected from the abuse, not needing to take it on as the only story, but be definitely a part of the solution. So just stop at that point, and I'm very interested in all of you just joining. What resonates for you with these stages? This is just a map, but I'm hopeful that it could be useful.